What do you think most people get wrong? Like I feel like as an early stage investor,
Yeah.
the first thought with hardware typically is, oh, it's too hard. We don't
Hmm.
like investing in those companies. They don't scale well.
Yeah.
I feel like over the past couple of years, we've kind of gotten past that
Yeah.
and people realize that they can be really good businesses
They
and
can.
sometimes better
Hmm.
businesses. Just what have you learned or anything you think that most people get wrong when they kind of approach starting a hardware company?
Yeah. Well, I would say either folks underestimate the complexity of building hardware, or they just say, I'm going to avoid it altogether because it's
Yeah.
hard. I think if you have a background in engineering, it's a little bit easier to kind of wrap your head around it. So for myself, I studied computer systems engineering as an undergrad. Our research project at MIT had a hardware component. So we were pretty familiar with it and we understood the sort of quirks and nuances of it. You also understand the costs of it when you work with it that closely. And we saw a pathway to actually building a product that would be a sustainable sort of product line to offer over the long term. So a lot of it is just knowing the details, but it is extra complexity. I think the upside of it is a bit harder to compete with hardware businesses, right?
To compete against them?
In terms of the ecosystem and who your competitors are ultimately.
Okay.
So, for example, our previous company, Meraki, was doing Wi-Fi access points when we started. We eventually did switches and routers and other kinds of things. There weren't a lot of companies doing that out in the market. And it's because you needed to figure out how to make the boards, write the firmware, ship stuff at scale, versus like a pure software product. Someone can, put it together really quickly
Yeah.
in their dorm room, and you might have 100 competitors out there. So a very different market dynamic.